INFJs are often seen as wise, empathetic, and almost otherworldly in their ability to understand people. But what most don't realize is that behind the surface, INFJs can be their own harshest critics, and sometimes their own worst enemies. They sabotage their happiness, growth, and relationships in ways they rarely admit, even to themselves. In this video, we're exposing 10 self-sabotage secrets INFJs try to keep hidden. 1. Overthinking every step. INFJs live in their heads. They analyze situations from every possible angle, convinced that if they think hard enough, they'll avoid mistakes. But in reality, this endless mental loop paralyzes them. They don't move forward because they're too busy preparing for problems that may never even happen. What feels like being careful is actually self-sabotage disguised as wisdom. 2. Putting everyone else first. It's natural for INFJs to want to help others. They feel it's their purpose. But often, this comes at a dangerous cost, neglecting themselves. They'll cancel their own plans, silence their needs, and even abandon their dreams to support others. Deep down, they know this habit slowly eats away at their identity. It's not selflessness, it's self-erasure. 3. Hiding their true feelings. INFJs hate conflict so much that they'll avoid it at all costs. Instead of being honest when something hurts them, they quietly bottle it up. Over time, this unspoken frustration poisons their relationships and leads to explosive emotions that shock everyone around them. By avoiding short-term discomfort, they sabotage their long-term peace. 4. Chasing perfection. INFJs secretly believe they're never enough. They'll rewrite, re-edit, and reimagine everything, whether it's a work project, a conversation, or even a simple text message. Perfectionism may look like high standards, but it's actually fear in disguise. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of failing. This obsession keeps them from finishing what they start or celebrating progress. 5. Overcommitting to things they don't care about. INFJs despise letting people down, so they often say yes when every fiber of their being wants to say no. They end up drained, overworked, and resentful. Ironically, they do this in the name of being kind. But the truth is, it destroys their energy and steals time from the things they truly care about. 6. Second-guessing their intuition. INFJs are known for their uncanny intuition, but here's the secret. They sometimes distrust it. They'll sense something is wrong, then talk themselves out of it because it feels irrational. Instead, they follow logic, people's advice, or external expectations. Later, they regret ignoring their inner voice that was right all along. By silencing their greatest gift, they sabotage their own wisdom. 7. Running away from success. Most people fear failure. INFJs, on the other hand, often fear success. With success comes attention, pressure, and expectations. Things INFJs find overwhelming. So they procrastinate, hide their talents, or downplay their abilities to avoid standing in the spotlight. It's easier for them to stay in the shadows than risk being consumed by the demands that come with achievement. 8. Holding on too long. Whether it's a draining friendship or a toxic workplace, INFJs cling to hope for change. They believe if they just give enough time, effort, or love, things will improve. But this loyalty becomes a trap. They stay far longer than they should, sabotaging their own happiness for people or situations that don't deserve their devotion. 9. Over-isolating when stressed. Solitude is essential for INFJs, but too much of it can be dangerous. When overwhelmed, they don't just recharge, they disappear. They stop answering calls, pull away from support systems, and retreat into their own minds. This isolation amplifies their stress, making them feel even more misunderstood and disconnected. What begins as self-care becomes self-sabotage. 10. Carrying the weight of the world. INFJs can't stand watching others suffer. They absorb people's pain and take on responsibilities that aren't theirs, believing they're somehow responsible for fixing everything. But this martyr complex burns them out. They carry problems that aren't theirs to solve, sabotaging their own growth while trying to save everyone else. The truth is, INFJs are often their own biggest obstacle. They overthink, overgive, and overcarry until there's nothing left for themselves. But recognizing these patterns is the first step toward breaking free. If you're an INFJ, which of these self-sabotaging habits feels most familiar to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.